Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Savance, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, we got an absolutely insane show for you guys here today. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel, and be sure to follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. So let's get into this show. Yesterday, we were prompted to do a live, an emergency live that I called it, after I came across a clip from The Odd Couple, which had the following headline: Durant says the quiet part out loud about Michael Jordan. Kelvin Washington praises Kevin Durant for saying the quiet part out loud when it comes to Michael Jordan. So I clicked on the video. And it started off with them reacting to some comments that Kevin Durant made, where Kevin Durant was on Mind the Game podcast with LeBron and Steve Nash, who's just like a prop at this point. And they're talking about longevity or whatever. And then out of nowhere, Kevin Durant starts talking about, you know, you got to recommit to this sport every often. You got to, whatever he said, you got to recommit. And then, you know, some people quit and decide to go play baseball and come back, while other people say, I'm going to ride this thing out for 22 years. So we did a live about that, and we'll probably react to his dumbass comments a little bit later in this segment here. So Rob Parker then decides to jump into the fray. And you could tell that Rob was getting annoyed with his co-host, because his co-host was making a lot of idiotic points. If I'm being kind, he was making a lot of idiotic points. And then Rob Parker lost it, and he went on a rant for the record books, folks. Like, for the record books. And I was like, this is crazy. So for those of you who didn't hear what Rob had to say, I want to play for you now, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what Rob Parker had to say there.
But Michael Jordan needed a break, a reprieve, after 8-9 years to go play baseball for a couple years. Then he came back, played a few more years. Then he retired again came back a couple years. So all I'm saying is it's okay to criticize Michael Jordan. He can still be the GOAT, but it is okay to say that he had some fallacies. Some things that he was not the best at, or he had some things, or he made some mistakes, or I didn't like that he did that. And that's all I'm saying. I think it's okay to point those out, and yet still can say he's the greatest. Similarly, the way we'll do with LeBron.
No, you make an excuse. You're like the biggest, I'm dead serious, the biggest LeBron apologist I've ever heard.
That's the furthest thing
I'm
going to
tell you.
No.
Listen to me. I think you are, and that's why people think you're like on the payroll. You're on the payroll
sit here every
because
day, Rob G.
you are the biggest
How much do
LeBron
I criticize?
apologist.
Rob G.
No matter what.
How much do I criticize LeBron?
Nobody was good in Cleveland. LeBron didn't have anybody. When Michael Jordan went to Chicago, what did the Bulls win? Scottie Pippen was this great player, but he never won Finals MVP, even though he was so great, and he's the reason Michael Jordan won. This is the nonsense. That? I'm just hear me out. This is what people try to make up some scenario. Oh, the only thing you talk about is Michael Jordan being 6-0. No, he was. He was a scoring leader 10 straight times. He won so many awards defensively. He did everything. Nobody's saying he's perfect, but this whole notion that the reason LeBron didn't win is because there's Twitter, or the reason that he didn't win is because Skip Bayless and Rob Parker and Chris Broussard had a morning show on ESPN. Turn the show off. Really? Come on, man. That is weak. That's the reason that LeBron didn't win, is because there was debate sports talk show, or because some guy in his mother's basement is tweeting about LeBron and he can't handle it. Oh my God. This is what you're talking about.
That's not at all what we're talking about.
I can't handle it.
We actually said the point was that he played through that. That was the point. You completely missed the whole point.
Everybody's like, oh, LeBron. He's the one who put on his back in a tattoo, the chosen one. He's the one who called himself the king. That wasn't anybody else. When you do that, you put a target on your back when you talk about you're the king and you're the chosen one. And then you want to bellyache about it. You go from team to team trying to stack your freaking team, and you still don't win. You still lose more than any other NBA MVP in the history of the sport. You come to LA, you complain that I don't have anybody. AD, that's not good enough. We need more players. You get Luka, one of the best players in the league. You still get knocked out in the first round. You're going to blame everybody. He never takes responsibility that it's him or that he made the move. You talk about Cleveland do anything. Oh, Cleveland didn't do anything. The front office. He's the one who went and got Westbrook.
You know what the best
did
part
he go
about
get
this
it?
is?
Did he get Westbrook or did the Lakers get Westbrook?
You know what the best part about this is?
Ridiculous.
You say I'm the homer for LeBron,
Yes.
which is the furthest thing from the truth. You're so obsessed with him, you didn't even have anything to say about Michael Jordan. The whole point of this was what KD said about Jordan.
No. The whole point is that no matter what, and this is why you can't be honest and just say
I can't be honest.
Michael Jordan is the greatest.
Yeah, I just said it. That's
No,
how
you
I started
didn't.
it.
Because you started out where you have to put out that LeBron is the best to you.
No, Michael
that makes
Jordan
no
is
sense to me.
It does. I
No,
can
it
explain
doesn't.
it. First of all, Michael Jordan is the greatest. And you sit
LeBron
here,
is the best.
And
Is that right?
that's another conversation.
No,
I
it's
can
not.
explain that.
No, it's not.
So you heard Rob's comment. First of all, Rob is 100% correct. I don't know what Kelvin is talking about. Kelvin is trying to say, well, look, Jordan failed for so-and-so reason, which is similar to the reason LeBron failed, so therefore they're similar. No, that's not the case, man. And you're being extremely disingenuous. And that's why Rob Parker called you out. What was Jordan was losing? No. First of all, let's put things in their proper context. Michael Jordan was performing at the highest level we had ever seen any NBA player perform at while he was losing against Hall of Famers and top 75 guys in the first round. That's number one. Number two, the fundamental difference between Michael Jordan and LeBron James was that Jordan was losing because he didn't even have one all-star teammate. Not even one in his corner. Not, what's that guy they had? Mo Williams was an all-star at one point. Zunas Ilgauskas, he was an all-star at one point. Jordan had none of that. And the fundamental difference was the minute Jordan got a decent player where Scottie started to develop, they won 3 chips in a row. Obviously, you had Horace Grant, you had others there, but you get the point. In the case of LeBron, we have witnessed him collapse in finals with top of the shelf talent. That never happened to Jordan. It wasn't like as if Jordan was losing because he had help and he couldn't win. No, he didn't have any help. In the case of LeBron, he has had help and still found incredible ways to lose. You know that. But you're trying to couch it and make it seem like as if, oh, no, it's something else. They're both equal. You know, they both went through the same. They both went through the same thing. When in reality is not. Kelvin's argument for LeBron being the best player ever is insane to me. I don't even know where he starts. What's the starting point? Where are you basing off? Okay, at what? What are you basing this off of? You like LeBron. We get it. He's your favorite player. You don't have a good argument for why he's the GOAT, but you feel like he's the GOAT. We get it. But to now try to say, oh, Jordan and Mike and LeBron, no, they're not similar players. LeBron James wasn't doing anything like Michael Jordan was doing when he wasn't winning, getting out of the first round. He wasn't. Jordan wasn't getting out of the first round because he wasn't good enough or he was failing or collapsing. It's because he didn't even have a single all-star to his name. In the case of LeBron, he was getting out of the first round, by the way, playing in a garbage East. We already did a show about that yesterday, which I'm sure you know of, but you're going to withhold that information because it doesn't help your narrative. But the moment he got help, he won. You can't say that about LeBron. There is no series Jordan ever had like that he had in 2011. There is none. There's none. And Kelvin, maybe you don't know, for a lot of people, the GOAT debate ended in 2011. It's been done since then. Since that point. Cumulative points, nobody cares, bro. Do you know why? Because you guys never cared. When LeBron was behind Jordan and Kobe in scoring, and you guys were up there twerking it up all day long and pouring honey all over each other's ankles and hollering and screaming, y'all was never mentioning the most points ever. Y'all was never talking about how great Karl Malone was or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was. None of that. It's the minute he got it, now you guys want to give it some level of importance. Man, knock it off, man. Y'all are terrible at making points. And that's why Rob went off. In the case of Kevin Durant, he's a super bozo. Kevin Durant is talking about quitting. Kevin Durant is the one to talk about quitting? Really? You're the one to talk about quitting?